Hello children, I am Madhumita ma'am and today let's see what are we going to learn. So before we start learning, I'll tell you something very interesting.
Children, can you guess this picture is what all about? This picture is about the favorite fruits of my students. Now, how this is related to what we are going to study today? Now, let me explain you. What happened? My students, they had an argument. What is the favorite fruit in the class? So I said, why don't you do one thing? Make a chart of the favorite fruit and you can very well find out what is the favorite fruit for all. So now you can see here this is mango and this is apple. The green one is grape, the yellow one is banana and the orange one is, of course, it is orange. So by looking at the picture only, after we found out that who is having the favorite fruit for mangoes, who is having the favorite fruit for apple. So only by looking at the picture, we don't have to see the number. The one which is having the highest height is the favorite fruit for all. That is banana. So do you now realize how charts are important in our life?
Today we will be learning about these pictures, how they can show the numbers and how we can read those pictures. And that is what our charts are all about. Charts are nothing but the pictorial representation of the facts, of the figures, of the data. जैसे कि आपको पता है, हम लोग जब कोई भी चीज़ पिक्चर से देखते हैं हमें बहुत अच्छे से बहुत जल्दी समझ में आता है क्योंकि हमें वो नंबर्स याद रखने नहीं पड़ते हैं. तो देखते हैं पहले यामिनी क्या कर रही है. यामिनी did a project Animals and Birds. She asked each child of her class about one favorite pet animal. So she was doing a project, so she asked all her friends, whoever was there in the class, about their own favorite pet animal. So what did she do? First she asked one child, and if the child told cat, she drew one line. If another child said one more time cat, she drew another line. And if another child said cat, then she drew one more line and so on. And after 5 children, she started drawing again like this. These are called tally marks. These are called tally marks. Tally marks are nothing but pictorial representation to show a group of 5 things. Why group of 5? Why not group of 7? Why not group of 8? Why not group of other numbers? Because 5 is a number which when you multiply, when you divide, it is easier for us to calculate. That is why we take in tally mark a group of 5. Either you can show like this, there is another way of showing the tally mark, that is 4 standing lines and 1 slanting line. This is also another way of showing the tally mark. So she used tally marks to record each answer. For example, when she said cat, she put one line, the way I have said, and when someone said cat again, she added another line. So she did it for lot of animals. And when there were group of 5, she moved to the next group. Then she made a table. Let's see what the table is saying. So after asking everybody their favorite animal, she found out that there are 6 animals: cats, dogs, rabbits, cows, parrots, goats and squirrels. There are actually 7 animals. There are 7 favorite animals. So she asked everybody and she made a table out of it. And she didn't calculate the numbers. She just made a pictorial representation of their favorite animals. After doing that, then she started counting the numbers. And without any effort, she could tell how many people liked cats, how many people liked dogs, how many children liked rabbits. You can see we have calculated there are 32 children who liked dogs. There are 10 children who liked rabbit. There are 12 children whose favorite animal is cow. There are 8 children who liked parrots. There are 20 children who liked goats. And there are 15 children who liked squirrel. So looking at that table only, you could tell that what is the favorite animal, most favorite animal of all children? It is dogs, because there are 32 children. The highest number of children liked dogs. And then how many children are total? Then what we can do, we can just add the numbers. Cats 24, then dogs 32, then rabbits 10, cows 12, then 8, then 20, then 15. That makes the total number of children. When you add, then you find out the total number of children in the class. How many children in all Damini talked to. Which is the most favorite pet animal? Of course, I told you it is dog. So which is the least favorite animal? That means which animal is liked the least. सबसे कम like कौन सा animal हो रहा है? जैसे ही आप table देखोगे, you don't have to ask each and every one. You can just see the number and tell that parrot is the least liked animal of all. So children, now you understood. She just asked the numbers, and after that she could tell all the, and we can find out everything. How many more people like dogs than rabbits? How many more people like goats than the parrots? So looking at this table only, you can find out all datas, everything, whatever is possible you want to know about the class and their favorite animals. आपको सब पता चलेगा जब आप सिर्फ वो टेबल को देखेंगे, क्योंकि वो पिक्चर से बना हुआ है, so we can understand in a better manner. Let's go to the next slide. Now Sumita stood on the road for half an hour and counted the number of vehicles passing by. She made a tally mark for each vehicle. This helped her in counting quickly the total number of vehicles in each group. So she was standing for half an hour. When one cycle went, she wrote down 1. When 2 cycles went, then she wrote down 2. Similarly, there were other vehicles also. Let's see what are the vehicles she observed. There were cycles, cars, auto rickshaw, bus, cycle rickshaw and truck. तो उसने ऐसे ही जैसे ही शालिनी ने बनाया था, exactly जैसे एक साइकिल क्रॉस किया तो उसने एक लाइन डाला, दूसरा साइकिल क्रॉस किया तो दूसरा लाइन डाला, तीसरा साइकिल क्रॉस किया तो तीसरा लाइन डाला, चौथा साइकिल क्रॉस किया तो चौथा. When the fifth one crossed, then she did like this. Again she moved to the next cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. She doesn't have to count and remember the numbers. She could just draw the pictures and she could count it later on for the final calculation. So she did a table and counted everything for half an hour and put a tally mark for each vehicle. So you can see we have already calculated how many cycles passed within that half an hour. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full boxes and 1, 2, 3. So 25 plus 3. How many? 28 vehicles passed. Similarly, in car there are two full boxes, then 1, then 2. So this is 5 and this is 5 and this is 2. So 5 plus 5 plus 2 is equals to 12. Similarly, there were 18 auto rickshaws, and buses were 15, cycle rickshaws were 24 and there was only 6 trucks only passed. So we can find out all the answers out of this box only. How many vehicles in all did Sumita see on the road in half an hour? So what we have to do? We just have to finally count and add the numbers. And this will give us the final answer. So 28 cycles, 12 cars, then 18 auto rickshaw, then there are 15 buses, then 24 cycle rickshaw and then 6 trucks. So you can just add the numbers and find out the total number of vehicles passed in that half an hour. Isn't it easy? Isn't it difficult to remember the numbers? अच्छा, 1 पास किया, 2 पास किया, 3 पास किया, 4 पास किया, कितना मुश्किल होता है बाई चांस एक नंबर छूट गया तो. So only when you write down in a pictorial form, you don't make mistakes and it is easier for us to calculate and remember. So there is another question. Auto rickshaws are thrice the number of trucks. ट्रू और फॉल्स. तो तुम्हें क्या पिछले फिर तुम पीछे जाके याद करोगे? बिल्कुल नहीं. जस्ट सी द नंबर्स. How many auto rickshaws? There are 18 auto rickshaws. And how many trucks? There are 6 trucks. So it is true or false that is the number of auto rickshaws thrice the number of trucks? Yes. 6 threes are 18. So definitely auto rickshaws are thrice the number of trucks. So see children, how easily you could calculate. How easily you could answer all the questions. If anybody will ask you, see how many more buses went than the truck? Just subtract 15 minus 6. 9 more buses went. How many more cycle rickshaws went than the auto rickshaw? Subtract 24 minus 18. So children, you can answer every question based on your tally chart. It is so simple yet so effective. Now let's go to the next slide. Now, in this EVS period, the teacher asked children whether they help their parents. Of course, everybody has to help their parents, isn't it? It is a very nice thing to help your parents whenever you can. So, she asked the children whether they are helping their parents or not. So, every child gave different answers. Somebody said, yes, I helped them to go to the market. I helped them bringing things from the market. Somebody said, I washed utensils. Somebody said, I washed clothes. Somebody said, I helped them wash serving food. So there were a variety of answers. Is it possible for the teacher to remember everything? So what did she do? She counted what are the things they are doing. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things they are doing. They are going to the market, they are washing utensils, they are washing clothes, they are making and serving food, they are cleaning the house. So there are actually 5 things are there. So she wanted to find out who are the children who are going to the market, who are the children who are washing utensils, who are the children who are washing clothes. So after she counted the numbers, she put it in a table. This is the table. And children named the walk in which they help their parents the most. So she collected all the answers and she wrote down the numbers. So 47 children helped their parents in getting things from the market. There were 15 children who washed utensils. There were 3 children who were washing clothes. There were 25 children who are making and serving food. And there were 10 children who are cleaning the house. Now, how can, if we don't remember the numbers, we can always show this data in a different type of chart. Just now you have learnt about tally chart. Now this is a new type of chart which the EVS teacher wanted to show them. Let's see what is that type of chart. That is called a chapati chart. That is called a chapati chart. A chapati, what is the shape of the chapati? Of course, it is circle. It is round. So, how will we represent this data on this chart? हम लोग ये नंबर कैसे उस चार्ट पे लिखेंगे? क्या चपाती के ऊपर लिखेंगे? बिल्कुल नहीं. उसका शेप चपाती जैसा है. उसका मतलब है when you have learnt about fraction, you must have learnt about whole. The whole is the round. That is, this is the chapati chart. This is the chapati chart. This is the round shape. That is why it is called a chapati chart. And how we will show? Now let's see how it has been shown. Now, in the previous table you must have seen what is the highest number of children who are helping in the parents in which activity. The highest number of children which are helping in their parents are going to the market to get things. So even if I don't know anything, if I show the chart like this, I divided the chart like this, then I did something like this, then this, and then this. So without writing anything, without showing you any number, you can tell me if this is the 5 activities which they have helped their parents. These are the 5. Let's say every part, this is one part, this is one part, this is one part, this is one part. So there were 5 activities. So there are 5 parts. So can you tell me, without going for the numbers, what is the number, which activity was the maximum number of children where children have helped their parents? So just by looking at this, you can say that going to the market, and which area of the chart it can cover? The maximum area of the chart which we can find out from here is going to the market. So here this one is going market. Then we have to find out what is the next activity where the children are helping their parents. Let's go and see. Making and serving food. That is the next activity. So here, which one is the next bigger portion? Of course, this one is the bigger portion. So this one is making and serving food. Making and serving food. Now let's see which activity is the lowest number of children are doing. So let's see, that is washing clothes. So out of this, which one you can see that this one is the smallest area. This one is the smallest area. So this one is washing clothes. This one is washing clothes. Now out of these two, which has got a bigger number, whether it is washing utensils or cleaning the house. So out of this washing utensils, more number of children, they help their parents in washing utensils. So definitely this portion will be washing utensils. Then the last activity is cleaning the house, which is just less than washing utensils. So this is cleaning the house. And these are the total number of children who are helping the parents in doing the household work. Now without even knowing the numbers, अगर मान लो हम लोग numbers नहीं पूछ रहे हैं, just मैं आपको ये वाला picture दिखा रही हूँ और यहाँ पे ऐसे करके लिखा हुआ है, आपको numbers नहीं पता है. But only by looking at this picture only you can see. If I ask you, children, in which activity the children are helping their parents the most? You don't know the numbers, but still you will tell, ma'am, going to the market, because you can see the bigger portion is written as going to the market. So basically the charts are for everybody. It is not only for mathematics or not only for the people who are learning mathematics. It is for everyone. It is for any person to understand, to see the picture and tell the answer without even knowing the numbers, the background. जैसे ही आप ये पिक्चर दिखाओगे, जैसे कोई किसी को आप पूछोगे कौन से काम में पेरेंट्स की सबसे कम मदद कर रहे हैं, पिक्चर देखो, तुरंत देखो, छोटा जो सबसे छोटा है वो क्या है, वॉशिंग क्लोथ्स. तो जो क्लोथ्स वॉशिंग है वो सबसे कम बच्चे अपने पेरेंट्स को हेल्प करते हैं. सो नाउ यू अंडरस्टूड हाउ इम्पॉर्टेंट द चार्ट्स आर इन आवर डेली लाइफ. नाउ लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. This is another type of graph. Just now we have learnt about the tally marks. This is chapati chart. Now this is something known as bar graph. Why the name is bar? Bar का मतलब होता है डंडा, खंबा. तो जो चार्ट में हम लोगों को बार में सब कुछ दिखाया जाता है उसको बार ग्राफ बोलते हैं. चॉकलेट का भी बार होता है ना, किटकैट बार जस्ट अमूल चॉकलेट बार, डायरी मिल्क बार. तो वैसे ही इस डंडे में दिखाया जाता है. दैट इज वाई द नेम इज बार चार्ट. Now this bar chart you must have seen a number of times in the newspaper, in books, in magazines, when we have to compare something, when we have to compare 3 numbers, 4 numbers, maybe 3 things or 4 things or maybe more than that, it is always easier for us to show in bar graph. Now looking at this picture only, these are 2 bar charts. This shows the highest temperature in degree Celsius in 4 cities on 2 different days. The cities are Delhi, Shimla, Bangalore and Jaisalmer. The first graph is shown on 1st June. It is the weather report for the date of 1st June. And the next bar is for the date of 1st December. Now only by looking at the date you can say that 1st June is, according to our weather, it is summer season and 1st December is the winter season. So just by looking at the pictures, which when I had drawn this kind of bar to show my grandmother who are the number of people who are liking the television, which program they like the most, like the list. So similarly, here also you can see on the 1st June and 1st December, 4 cities on 1st June, 4 cities on 1st December. So find out from the bar chart which city is hottest on 1st June. So let's see the graph. Let's read the graph. Always we have always on this side. Let's see how the bar chart is represented. Here in this bar chart, this one is shown. The cities are Delhi, then Shimla and Bangalore. These are the 4 cities: Delhi, Shimla, Bangalore and Jaisalmer. These are the cities. On this side it is the cities, and this side it is the temperature in degree Celsius. Temperature in degree Celsius. So every city, every bar shows one city and also the temperature up to which it has gone. So here on the side it is written 10 degree, 20 degree, then 30 degree, then 40 degree. Okay, so here the first city is Delhi. So Delhi is showing us 35 degree. I think it is shown 35 degree. Similarly, the next city is Shimla. Shimla is a hill station. So you just use your brain. In hill station, even in the summer, it doesn't make a lot, like the temperature is not very high. So it is around 22 degrees centigrade. This is 22 degrees centigrade. This is 35 degrees centigrade. Similarly, in Bangalore, it is 28 degrees centigrade. And the last one is Jaisalmer, which is almost 39 degrees centigrade. It is 38 degrees centigrade. So just by looking at the picture only, you can see that this is Jaisalmer and the temperature of Jaisalmer is highest on 1st June. So which city is hottest on 1st June? Of course, it is the city which is reaching the maximum temperature. That is, Jaisalmer has reached 38 degree. That is why it is the hottest city on 1st June. Next one, which city is the coldest on 1st December? So let's go to the next chart where the temperature on 1st December is shown. So you can see Delhi, again Bangalore, then Delhi, then Shimla, then Bangalore, then Jaisalmer. Just do not even read the numbers, only by looking at the bar, which is showing the smallest bar. The smallest bar is shown as the least temperature. सबसे कम temperature जो सबसे छोटा बार है, तो वो कौन से city का है? That is Shimla as 10 degree centigrade. So you can always see that only by looking at the picture you can tell which city is the hottest, which city is the coldest. Now let's go to the next question. Which city saw little change in temperature on the 2 days, 1st June and 1st December? Now when you have questions like this, you have to compare both the bar chart. The bar chart on 1st June, bar chart on 1st December. तो इसमें का क्वेश्चन ये है कि कौन सा ऐसा सिटी है जिसमें कुछ खास फर्क नहीं आया. 1st जून में जितना टेम्परेचर था और 1st दिसंबर में जितना टेम्परेचर था उसमें बहुत खास डिफरेंस नहीं है. बट यहाँ पे ऐसे कौन सा सिटी है? You don't know any temperature, you don't have to remember. You just have to see the color and the height of the bar.
Delhi was having 33 degrees Celsius, and in the month of December, the temperature was pretty low and it was 23 degrees Celsius.
शिमला काफ़ी कम हो गया, लेकिन जो थर्ड सिटी है बेंगलुरु, वहाँ पे जो 1st जून में था और 1st दिसंबर में, 1st जून में 28 था और 1st दिसंबर में 24 डिग्री था. बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं है. So that means the city which shows little change in temperature on the two dates, 1st June and 1st December,
is Bangalore.
So children, isn't it so easy? It's very fun also. You can find out many graphs given in many books. You can find out on your own in internet also. You can find out in magazines also. Papers. Papers are the major source where you can see all graphs. Everything is shown in graph because graph is something for everyone, for any normal people who can understand only by looking at the picture. Now, this is another question, approximation of any value. Now, what is the meaning of approximation? मतलब लगभग जब हम लोग कोई कैलकुलेट ठीक से नहीं करता, जैसे हम लोग को मालूम नहीं है कि एग्जैक्ट नंबर क्या होगा, तो हम लोग अपना एक लगभग सोच के चलते हैं कि हो सकता है इतना ही आएगा या उसके आसपास कोई नंबर आएगा. So this question gives us knowledge about the approximation. So let's see what is the question. Rabbits in Australia. Earlier there were no rabbits in Australia. Rabbits were brought to Australia around the year 1780. At that time there were no animals who could eat the rabbits. So the rabbits multiplied in numbers at a very fast rate. Imagine what did they do to crops? They ate everything. Now rabbits were pandemic there. पैंडेमिक मतलब इतने हो गए वहाँ पे रैबिट, क्योंकि रैबिट को खाने वाला कोई एनिमल नहीं था. सो द टेबल शोज how the rabbits grow every year. So let's read the table. Okay, so now let's calculate how the rabbits grew. So when they brought, they had got only 10 rabbits. After 1 year, after first year, the rabbits were 18. Then the second year, the rabbits were 32. On the third year, the rabbits were 58. And on the fourth year, the rabbits were 105. So can you see the numbers and just approximate value after fourth year? Till fourth year the table given. So you have to find out how many can come in fifth year and how many can come in sixth year and so on. So it is now it is about approximation. Now first year में 18 था, second year में 32. 18 twos are 36. So 36 से थोड़ा सा कम. 32 is less than 36. Yes or no? Now then again in the third year, 32 twos are 64. So 58 is just less than 64. Similarly, 58 twos are 116. Now on the fourth year it is 105. So which is exactly less than 116. So based on this data, can you see that there is a pattern? What is the pattern? Every year the rabbits are increased, they're doubling it, just less than double, just less than double. So with this calculation we can tell that what will be the, not exact, it is the approximation. So what should be the value of how many rabbits should be there in fifth year and how many rabbits should be there in sixth year? So 105, then 105 twos are 210. So it should be less than 210. Again 210 are 420. So on the sixth year it should be less than 420. So this type of calculation is called approximation, when you don't know the exact answer, but you can still find out just by looking at the previous year's data. यहाँ पे previous year का दिया गया है जो हमें दिखाता है कि ये double से थोड़ा सा छोटा है. Start में भी जब 10 था, after 1 year 18, which is 10 twos are 20, just less than double. So every year जो growth हो रहा है, that is just less than double. Now let's see the questions. After each year the number of rabbit, there are 4 options, and what is the correct option? As I told you just now, a little less than double the number of rabbits in the last year. At the end of year 6, the number of rabbits was close to, just now I told you, here it will be 210 approximate, and again here will be 420 approximate. less than 210, less than 420. So end of the year, the number of rabbit was close to, there are 3 options given, 400, 600 and 800. So very clearly you can say that on the 6th year it will be less than 420. So the correct answer is 400. The third question is, after which year did the number of rabbit cross 1000? Now going like this, after we can see on the 7th year, if you calculate, on the 7th year it will be 840, less than 840. And on the 8th year it will be less than 1680, which is more than 1000. So after 7th year, on the 8th year, the number of rabbit will cross 1000. So see, without even knowing the future, you could predict the numbers only by knowing the previous numbers. पीछे का नंबर आपने देख लिया, उसी को ही कैलकुलेट करके आप आगे 3 साल बाद, 4 साल बाद, 5 साल बाद कितने रैबिट्स हो सकते हैं, that you could tell. Now let's see what is this type of chart. This is called a family tree. वो पेड़ वाला ट्री नहीं, ये है एक चार्ट जिसमें you can find out who is your parent, who is your grandparent, what is the name of your great grandparents, what is the name of your great great grandparents. So Madhav had gone to his mother's Shobna's family for a marriage. So when he went there, he met so many relatives. वो बहुत ज़्यादा confused हो गया. He said कि Mama, I cannot remember anyone's name. So his mother helped him out by drawing this family tree. Now you can see from here, this is Madhav, okay? And he is the first generation. From here, we are starting the family tree. And these are called the branches of the tree. So Madhav is the only son of his father, and his mother's name is Shobna. Shobna is the only daughter of her father and mother. His father has got father and mother, and again his father has father and mother, and so on. These are the different branches of the family tree. So based on this family tree, we will find out the different questions here. Now let's go to the questions. Now how many grandparents in all does Shobna have? Now this is Shobna. Madhav's mother's name is Shobna. So let's see. Now this is Shobna's father, this is Shobna's mother. So we can count Shobna's mother's mother, Shobna's mother's father, Shobna's father's mother, Shobna's father's father. So how many grandparents in all Shobna has? We can count 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 grandparents for Shobna, who is Madhav's mother. Now let's go to the next question. How many great-great-grandparents in all does Madhav have? What is the meaning of great-great-grandparents? The father and mother of your grandparent is great-grandparent, and their father and mother is great-great-grandparents. So let's see in the previous, let's see the family tree. Now Madhav's grandfather and grandmother, और उनके जो दादा दादी हैं वो है माधव के ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स. सो वो कितने हैं? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many great great grandparents does Madhav have? He has got 8 great great grandparents. How many elders will be there in the 7th generation of his family? Now this is first generation. Madhav is the first generation. His parents, second generation, grandparents, fourth generation, third generation, his great grandparents, fourth generation, and his great great grandparents, fifth generation. यहाँ पे देखो, we are talking about only Madhav's mother's family, not Madhav's father's family. तो यहाँ पे देखो, अगर माधव की मम्मी का लिया जाए तो उनके कितने? 2 पेरेंट्स, फिर 2 के कितने हुए? 4, 4 के कितने हुए? 8. So you can see the growth pattern. So if every generation it is into 2, so in the 5th generation if there are 8 set of parents, on the 6th generation there will be 8 into 2, 16. In the 7th generation, 16 into 2. So for example, I can show you here. Now Madhav is the first generation. So first generation there is only one person. In the second generation, 2. In the third generation there are the Madhav, then father, then there are 4, then again 8. So in the sixth generation, this will come into 8 into 2, 16. And in the seventh generation, it will be 16 into 2, 32 people. You can very well find out only by looking at the picture. You can see how many elders will be there in seventh generation of his family, 32. So this is another type of chart which you can see, family tree, which will give you an idea of your own family. You can also make your own family tree. Now let's go to the next type of chart. It is called a line chart. Now let's see how we will find out this and how we will make this line chart. Now Amit sowed a few seeds of moong dal in the ground. The height of the plant grew to 1.4 centimeter in first 4 days. Again, after that it started growing faster. Amit measured the height of the plant after every 4 days and put a dot. Now here you can see on the very first day when there was no growth in the plant, it is the length of the plant is 0. On the 4th day he measured, it is written 1.4 centimeter. On the 8th day it is 5.3 centimeter. On the 12th day it is 9.5 centimeter. On 16th day it is 10.2 and on the 28th day it is 10.9. So based on this number, Amit drew a line chart. What is the meaning of line chart? Let's see. Now this is called a line chart. Line on the this is a line chart. So here it is in this line chart, here the day and here it is shown the height. So on every day, on every 4th day he had measured the height of the seed. So starting, this is the 0. So starting from here he had measured and made red dots for every height increment. जैसे जैसे हाइट बढ़ता गया है वो रेड डॉट डाल के गया हुआ है. So this side it is showing the length of the plant and here the day. So 4th day there is a red dot here. On the 8th day there is a red dot here. On the 12th day there is a red dot here. And on the 16th day there is a red dot here. And finally on the 20th day there is a red dot here. So I have joined the day dots here. So you can see there is a line which is increasing, So this type of chart where we can find out the difference in height, difference in weight, difference in temperature, this type of chart is called a line chart because it is shown as a line. So based on this, let's find out the questions. Between which day did the length of the plant change the most? So let's go to the next slide and see. यहाँ पे देखो 0 से डे 4 में थोड़ा सा ही चेंज हुआ है. डे 4 से डे 8 में काफ़ी चेंज हुआ है. डे 8 से डे 12 में और ज़्यादा चेंजेस हुआ है. देन डे 12 टू डे 16 में फिर से थोड़ा ग्रोथ कम हो गया है. एंड देन इट इज़ डे 20 तक थोड़ा और कम हो गया है. तो कहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो विदाउट इवन नोइंग द नंबर्स, कहाँ पे देख सकते हो लाइन और सबसे ज़्यादा खड़ा हुआ नज़र आ रहा है. ऑफ कोर्स from day 8 to day 12. Here this line shows the maximum growth. So we can tell the answers are between which day the length of the plant changes the most. It is from 8th day to 12th day. So let's go to the next question. What is the length of this plant on the 14th day? You don't have to measure the plant on 14th day. You can just see the graph and find out that what should be the height. Now you can see here this is day 12 and day 16. Day 12 you can see it is somewhere here and this is day 16. So on the day 14 it should be in between these two numbers. In between these two numbers. So let's go back and find out. 8.7 centimeter, 9.9 centimeter, 10.2 centimeter and 10.5 centimeter. Now let's see what was the final answer on 16th day it was 10.2. On the 12th day it was 9.5. So it should be between 9.5 and 10.2. So the answer is 9.9 centimeter. That the answer should be in between these two numbers. Even if you don't know the numbers, you can just see the graph and find out the number should be between 9.2 to 10.2. That is why it should 9.2 to 10.2. It should be in between somewhere. So you can find out the answer very easily.
So you can also plant a seed at home and maintain a growth chart like this to find out the growth of your own seed. Children, now let's do your own activity. Measure the height of your family members and your neighbors. You can take any 10 members in total. Measure the height in centimeter and draw a line chart for all these members and frame 5 interesting questions based on this chart. I know you will really enjoy doing it.
Now children, you understood how the different types of graphs help you in understanding the numbers in a better way. Now when you see next time any graph, you can always interpret the graph. We read the graph. Not by knowing the numbers, we can see, we can observe and find out the answer. I hope you all will be able to read the charts in a better way. And remember that numbers are not there to remember, numbers are there to understand. Thank you so much.